This is Cuomo begging the rich people who have left the city. They've left the city because of the crime. They've left the city because of the rioting. They've left the city because the services are so lousy under de Blasio. They've gone out to Long Island. They've gone out to Connecticut. And this is Andrew Cuomo begging them to come back.
I literally talk to people all day long who are now in their Hamptons house, who also lived here, or in their Hudson Valley house, or in their Connecticut weekend house. And I say, you got to come back. When are you coming back? We'll go to dinner. I'll buy you a drink. Come over, I'll cook. They're not coming back right now. And you know what else they're thinking? If I stay there, they pay a lower income tax because they don't pay the New York City surcharge.
So this is the thing about lying, okay? This is how this works. When the Soviet Union basically said, now everything's going to be wonderful. Everything is going to be run by the state. There's not going to be any competition. It's all going to be state-owned. This is what real socialism is, by the way. Socialism is not a welfare state. Almost all capitalist states, as they get older, develop a welfare state. Socialism is when the state owns the means of production so that there's no competition and there's nobody to say, you're doing this wrong. We can do it better. I'm going to beat you out. That doesn't happen. It just, and everything goes down the drain. People who can leave start to leave. So what do? They start to build walls, and they're not Trump walls that keep people out because they want so much to get in. They're Berlin walls that keep people in because they want so much to get out. As reality catches up with you, people become a problem. People who can see with their eyes, they know with their minds, they feel with their hearts what the truth is. And as the lies go down the drain and as reality catches up with you, people become a problem. I mean, almost every leftist theory, almost every leftist idea is if we could just get rid of the people, everything will be fine. If we can just convince the people that men are women, then men will be women. If we can just convince the people that riots are mostly peaceful, then our cities will be running great. If we can just convince the people that having homeless people defecate on your sidewalk outside the piece of property you paid $1 million for is absolute paradise, they'll stop moving away. And if they won't stop moving away, maybe we can build a wall to keep them in. This is how socialism, Marxism, every system that doesn't work, this is how they progress, because reality catches up with you and people become a problem. So Andrew Cuomo, who's an executive of a state, and you'll find this, that executives of states are usually a lot more realistic than mayors because they're actually looking over a bigger field of play and they actually have to deal with certain problems that mayors don't have to deal with. This is as opposed to an actual communist, Bill de Blasio, the mayor of New York, who is, with Lori Lightfoot, one of the two worst mayors in the galaxy, right? This is not just on Earth. This is in the entire galaxy, not just in the solar system. This is in a galaxy where there are lots of other planets with populations. These are the two worst mayors. Bill de Blasio says, rich people, I don't need no stinking rich people. This is de Blasio.
To the point about the folks out in the Hamptons, I have to be very clear about this. We do not make decisions based on the wealthy few. That I was troubled to hear this concept that because wealthy people have a set of concerns about the city, that we should accommodate them, that we should build our policies and approaches around them. That's not how it works around here anymore. This city is for New Yorkers. This city is for people who live here, work here, fight to make this place better, fight through this crisis. So there's a lot of New Yorkers who are wealthy, who are true believers in New York City and will stand and fight with us. And there's some who may be fair weather friends.
I love, you got to love communists, socialists, whatever they call them these days. You got to love them because they never change. It's like Bernie, Bernie. It doesn't matter. My favorite moment in Bernie Sanders' campaign, and I can't remember which venue he was on, CNN or Fox, was when he said, I'm not talking about communism like the Soviet Union. I'm talking like the kind of socialism they have in Scandinavia. I think he named a country. Maybe it was Denmark. And the interviewer said, but they don't have socialism there. They tried it and it didn't work. And he said, well, I'm not an expert on those economies. So I thought, well, if those are the economies you want this economy to be like, and you don't know anything about them, what are you talking? What words are coming out of your mouth? Why are you even saying these things? It doesn't matter to an ideologue. It doesn't matter to an ideologue. And this is the way it progresses all the time. Lies, 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 or delusion, delusion. I really think at this point it is a delusion. And I really do, and this is only a theory, I can't prove it, I really do believe that the great shock, the great trauma is the fall of the Soviet Union. Remember, this was the place where they said, I've seen the future and it works. The Soviet Union, it was going to be paradise, and it didn't work. And that's a whole generation of intellectuals who wasted their lives. And the people who believed that went into our universities and they taught our children. And they taught our children, no, it didn't fail. It didn't fail. Read Howard Zinn. It was America's fault. The Cold War was America's fault. Read communist Howard Zinn. And these kids come out schooled on those lies that are the failure to face reality. And as long as you don't face reality, reality will bite back. And when it bites back, people become a problem, and you've got to silence them. And if that doesn't work, you got to wall them off. And if that doesn't work, then you got to do what communists do everywhere they take power, which is you got to wipe them out. And that's the progression, because lies have consequences. Lies have consequences, and the truth always bites back.